The king is back, yes. Of course. How's it going, dog? What's up? How you doing out there? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Oh my god. What is up? I'm looking like I'm high. Yeah, I'm high on the weed, bro. Always am, bro. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not trying to like put it like this, bro. But I've been working so hard recently. Why don't I take a break? Because that's the problem with me, bro. I work for the people, which basically means I work 24 hours. You know what I mean? I don't take breaks, bro. I'm always working regardless, and that kind of says something about me compared to a lot of other people, right? I mean, I'm doing what I can to save my city. Do I? Yes, 100%, yeah. But the only problem is right now there's a lot of things going on in the world, and the world needs better, man. Like let's just be real, right? The world needs a much better, environment in it and society and stuff. And yeah, that's why I uploaded that video on my YouTube this morning about what's going on with the crime because it's just out of control, bro. People are treating the world right now like it's fucking Gotham City or something, man. Right? Yes, that's what we're going through. 100%. 100%. Shout out to you. I'm gonna do another stream right after this, so like keep in mind I'm gonna be having multiple streams going. I understand, 100%. I mean, it would make it there, but depending on what happens, you don't know, right? I can't be the one to judge. No, you can't. We're back again, man. When I'm mayor of Windsor, bro, I know a lot of people know I smoke marijuana, but when I'm mayor, bro, people are gonna be doing it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all y'all out there. Yo, what's up, Samuel? What's up, Samuel? Yo, Samuel, if you want to join the stream, bro, I'll invite you into it. If you want to join, hey, anybody that wants to make it and have their own business, come to my city when I'm there. I'll grant you your own business. What do you think I said about doing that for Windsor? I want to make sure this city has more and more and more success. I mean, yeah, Drew Dawkins has done absolutely nothing. Let's just be honest, bro. Like, let's just be honest, bro. Drew Dawkins has done nothing. He's done absolutely nothing, bro. And I'm gonna smoke him during the election because I know to make a city better, and he has no idea what he's doing. He's been in office since 2014. He's not created a single job since he's been in office. He's not built anything for Windsor. He's not created any more tourism for our city. You wonder why I'm gonna destroy him, bro? Because I know what it takes to make the city better. Yo, you the man, Samuel. Hey, Samuel, just let you know, bro. Windsor is gonna be a much better city when I am mayor. And again, like I said, man, you're gonna see a whole new set of people coming in and making millions upon millions of dollars because people are gonna have businesses and they'll be able to make it to the top. My city is not gonna be the bottom barrel anymore. You know what I'm saying? Toronto thinks they're all that. Well, you know what? Windsor's gonna be a million times better because my name is Tristan Morency and I'm gonna make Windsor great again. Y'all can bet on that. Hey, yo, Samuel, you smoke weed, bro? You smoke the weed, the barrel water? Hey, whoever dropped that like, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I mean, I used to drink a little bit when I was younger, but that was a long time ago, man. I'm a lot better now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the way I'm speaking on what I'm doing for mayor, bro, I'm extremely focused on what I'm doing. And like I said, I've never been so confident in my life than to run for mayor. Like the way I feel about doing this, bro, man, I feel extremely good about it. And that right there says something, man. I've never been so confident in my life than to get up and speak to the public and say what's wrong with the city and say what's wrong with the country. Because hey, look, I love where I come from. Don't get me wrong, but I know Canada is it's going through a lot of problems right now, and one of the major problems with Canada is the crime crisis, man. It is extremely sad. I've tried posting some videos on YouTube, and they eventually censored it and took the videos off. You can find it on my Instagram and TikTok if you look. But there's a video of shootings. Like these guys are just shooting at random houses in Canada. Literally, they're just taking a gun, just going up to somebody's random house and just shooting bullets at it. What? And then someone's recording it on top of that, right? Like recording that. Like if you're gonna commit a crime, why are you even recording it, bro? You're just ratting on yourself. Like I don't get what's going on anymore, bro. Yeah, 100%, Samuel. Look it up. Go on my Instagram or my TikTok later. You will see that video, bro. There is literally a guy that has a fucking pistol and he's just shooting at a house with there's like two or three cars parked in the garage right outside of it. It's like a nice massive looking mansion. This guy is just firing random bullets at the house. That's fucked up. 100%. And I really don't get why this continues happening. You know what I mean? I really don't get why these like shootings keep happening. It's out of control. It's out of control. The citizens can't protect their own life with a gun, but somehow criminals can discharge it on people. There is something that needs to be done. Just like the same as the carjackings, man. I would not like to have my Lamborghini that I worked so hard for my life get stolen from me, and guess what? I can't do nothing to get it back because some scumbag thinks it's right to steal it. And you work for your life, you should be able to earn something, right? Not let somebody go and steal from you and say, oh, well, I guess that's what happens. No, it's called you stand up for it and you get what was yours. You know what I'm saying? These police out here, man, they ain't doing their job, bro. They ain't. They're letting criminals walk all over them. That's why I said people need to stand up. And that's exactly why I'm running for mayor. 100%. That's the main reason why. I just turned 19. Shout out to you, man. I just turned 26 just over a month ago. 26 years old already, man. Hey, Samuel, I got a question. What is your favorite city in the entire world? If you had to pick one city to live in for like the rest of your life, bro, where would it be? I'd love to know. I know you're most likely gonna say like Tokyo, Japan or something, but I'd love to know. I think my all-time favorite spot in the world, bro, if I like seriously had to pick, is New York City. New York is fucking yeah, New York is fucking amazing. Windsor and Detroit, I've said it for years about Windsor and Detroit. We are basically the same city. All right, we have the same street names. If we're gonna be honest, bro, Detroit has actually cleaned up the crime rate and the drugs and the sex trafficking, but Windsor is just out of control. 51st state. 51st state. I feel you. Well, like I said, man, Canada is out of control, and Windsor is facing a lot of problems. And basically, like I said, Detroit and Windsor have flipped the coin. Detroit cleaned right up. There's no home invasions going on. Barely any carjackings. Violent crime is under 170%, which is very good compared to what it was 20 years ago. Windsor, on the other hand, has these major problems that are not being dealt with. The other night, man, I saw there was almost 5 home invasions. And look this up, almost 5 home invasions in 2 hours in Windsor. That happened in Toronto a couple days ago. Yeah, yeah, there was almost 5 home invasions in one night from the same group of people in Windsor. Like that's what I mean. This city is out of control, and there is nothing. Yeah, what the fuck exactly, bro? That's what I've been saying. Like, what the hell is going on here? Like street racing, you hear it all night. All right, there's street racing that happens all night in Windsor, but when there is literally this many shootings, this many home invasions, this many carjackings, look at the what the fuck is it, man? The jewelry store heist. There's literally multiple jewelry store heists going around all throughout the fucking malls where these people that are like between 12 and 14 years old are just going in there with cloth bags with masks on and they're just smashing display cases, taking the stuff and running out the store. That is literally a problem. That it's fucked up. And I have no idea how that continues happening. It makes Windsor and the rest of fucking Canada look so bad. Yeah, yeah, my favorite. I like the iPhone, bro. You know, iPhone is good, but I remember they had those jobs in China like 10 years ago. You remember that? No, 100%, man. I'm not trying to put it like that, but it's the truth. All right, Windsor is fucking deteriorating. I'm not trying to swear on a live stream, but like, look into how bad Windsor's crime is. You'll be surprised. The other night there was a drive-by shooting that happened in Windsor. Wait, did I just hear that right? A drive-by shooting? That Detroit is much better off, 100%. It makes Windsor look bad that a city like Detroit can somehow get better and clean up, and yet Windsor is just stuck with most heinous stuff going on. Like one thing I saw that the news media wasn't talking about, but other people were, is right over in Brampton, Ontario, there was sex trafficking that's up over 900%. 900% sex trafficking in Brampton, Ontario. That is out of control. Love the support, and I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Hey, you know what? One thing I realized though is if we ever became the 51st state, we wouldn't need a passport to go back and forth to Canada, America. We could just walk through like we did back then, and that's what made it good. That's why I said, bro, we don't have to lose the name Canada. We don't have to lose our country, Canada. But if Canada and America seriously worked together, the world would be a much better place. Canada and America would be a lot better off, but the whole world could see the difference and know that it takes two places to make a better one. I got the name King Tristan because if you look it up, there's a king named Tristan almost 1,000 years ago in ancient Spain. Like Spain a long, long, long time ago. But there's a dude named King Tristan, and that's where I got my name from. Shout out to you, Liam. Shout out to you, brother. How you doing out there? Hope you're doing good. Hey, remember, when you can come to Windsor in the future, I'll make sure you're a millionaire when I create you your own business. Like I said, I want to create business after business and put thousands of jobs in this city so people can make a lot more money and get ahead and we can create a lot more economy. And guess what you can do with that? You can build up sports teams, new infrastructure, more entertainment, and you can make a much better city than what you have. That's the main reason why I'm running for mayor is to make my city much better because Windsor is fucking deteriorated from the inside. It's completely destroyed. I'm seeing zombies everywhere I look. Bro, take it into consideration when I say this. The other night, I went to a 7-Eleven, went to go get a drink, right? Something to eat, drink, and all that. The munchies from smoking weed. I literally see four dudes in a bus shelter, all zombied out, right? Just four of them. They're all like folded over, just zombied on drugs. Yeah, that's because of the open drug policy. Which I again, that's something else I just do not understand why we did that. Like literally, I'll never get the reason for some of this stuff going on. It's just fucking out of control, bro. Like it's sad to see where the city's at, bro. Because Windsor used to be so good back then. Like literally, if you look up old Windsor, you'll see how fucking good this place used to be compared to where it's at. Yes, Windsor. Windsor was a very good spot growing up. Like I grew up in like the I was born in 1999, so I grew up in like 2000s and stuff like that. But when I grew up, Windsor was a lot better than what it is now. It was a lot cleaner, a lot safer. There was a lot more businesses here. A place I used to go a lot was called Market Square over on Ottawa Street, and it was fucking amazing. And now we don't have that, so makes things a lot different. Hey, Liam, one thing you should do in the future, bro, is you should run for mayor of the city you're from. All you gotta do is get the nomination paper, sign it, and guess what? Your name's on that thing to run for it. That's what you have to do. Make your city better. Fight for it. Show that it needs better. Because when your community is destroyed from the inside, you don't have a lot of options left but to make it better than what it is. 100%. 100%. People have to understand, bro. The world is a different place compared to was. I get that, but I'm not gonna let my city get destroyed from the inside. I'm not gonna let crime and chaos ruin everything, man. Like from where I grew up at, yeah, I come from poverty. I come from the hood. I grew up in a hard life, but I've made myself a fortune now. Now I actually have a net worth coming on my name. Now I have fame and I have a celebrity status where when I go out in public, people want to take pictures with me. That's how famous I've become. I never realized I even got that famous till I was out at certain places, and I'm out in some. I got like almost a whole group of people when I was sitting at one was at Tim Hortons, another one was in Canadian Tire, another one was in a mall, and people were like, "Oh, hey, you're a celebrity. Let me get a picture with you." That was awesome. That was awesome. That showed me that there's people out there that know who I am and they're hearing my message. All right, yo, peace out to you, Liam. Shout out to you. I'll give you a salute, like the military. Stay easy out there, brother. It's a hard world we in. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I appreciate all love and support y'all giving me. I saw this fucking page on like it was on fucking what was it like Facebook or whatever the fuck it was, and there was this group called Mayor of Windsor, like it was like Tristan from Mayor of Windsor or something like that, or Tristan Renzi from Mayor of Windsor. Got like about 2 to 3 thousand people in it or whatever. But I'm looking at the fucking thing and I don't even recognize any of the people that are in it. Like I don't recognize any one of those how they look, the name, nothing like that. So I'm thinking like, damn, bro, there's really people out there that really want me to become mayor of this city and really clean this mess up because nothing is being done, and it's sad to see the reality of what Windsor is to what Windsor was, and that's why I said more people got to fight for it, right? Like one thing I'm gonna say on this stream right here is I was talking with my little brother, and me and my little brother were talking about opening a car company in Windsor, but it's not going to be like all these other modern cars you see. We're talking about doing it like the cars from the 50s and the 60s, like the older style cars, and just make it more modernized. And guess what? A lot of people would drive that because they look a lot different than everything else. You see, that's how you make things better in the world, bro. Like you got to do something that no one else is doing right now, right? That if you want to make your city more unique and something more different, that's exactly what you have to do. You have to go and put things here that the other spots in your country or the rest of the world don't have. Like for instance, what I know Toronto is like it's supposed to be like Windsor. Windsor's supposed to be like the fucking bottom barrel. Toronto's like the middle, and then you look at like fucking Edmonton or like Vancouver's at the top. I get that, right? But Windsor needs to be a city that's taken serious. Like it has a rich in history. It's had a lot of famous people come here. We've done a lot of things throughout time, But for some reason, we let our city go off about, I would say, between 10 and like 15 years ago. Windsor really started to get bad. Yes, it needs better 100%. I'm fighting with everything I got to make my city better. And believe me, the amount of stuff I've been doing is already a lot. I've been going around my city for about a year and a half now and documenting all the problems. And some of the situations that I got in, I've got into I'm not saying full on like altercations, but there is some pushing going on at some of the stuff that I went to this event that was going on at the other side of Ottawa Street. All right, they had an event going on there, and I decided to walk through with my Donald Trump flag, and yeah, some stuff happened. All right, yeah, some stuff happened. I know I got a huge smile on my face right now. I'm smirking from ear to ear. The reason why is because it was a hilarious situation. I'll never forget it. But the reason why I did that, yeah, the main reason why is because I'm making history. All right, I'm showing that I don't want to be one of the Canadians that let his country go and say that, oh no, we're gonna get sold off to China. No, I'm showing support for Trump and saying that I want Canada and America to work together. I don't want to see my country go through any more pain and suffering like it's been going through. Like I'll be the first to say it. I love this country. I have patriotic songs, patriotic albums, and everything. But deep inside, bro, I know America and Canada need to work together to compete with the rest of the world, and it would make us both better, right? We'd have more business opportunities in both countries. There would be a lot more jobs, a lot more economic growth, and a lot better for our currency and the dollar. Like it'd be so much better. We'd have the Second Amendment here to protect our lives. We'd have freedom of speech. Like it'd be a better opportunity. Yeah, America and Canada working together is much better than China and Canada. I 100% agree with you on that. That's what I've been trying to tell people. Like I understand people want to, say this and say that, but I know the world needs better. And that's why I said that, man. Right now America is doing something that no other country wants to even try to do. And the thing that I love about it is they're taking care of these criminals that are doing so much evil and they're sending them out. That right there, I love seeing that because people that come and do evil, bro, you deserve the worst treatment in life. You deserve punishment for what you've done. Like it's sad to say it like this, man, but when you see stuff going on in certain communities, people have to fucking say something, bro. Like gangs can control so much stuff going on. Yeah, especially the cartel. The cartel, they be doing a lot of like drug trafficking and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's pretty fucking bad when you think about it, but whatever. I ain't worried. Hey, y'all gonna have to hold on a second, all right? I'm doing fucking amazing right now. Next fucking mayor of Windsor, that's what I'm be doing. Making my city great again. That's what it takes, bro. A real one to stand up. I'm not worried about fucking Sheba, bro. Sheba can get off my stream. That's what she can do. Trying to comment on here. Get out of here, bitch. That's my ex bitch. Yeah. Same as fucking yeah, I got some messages that I've saved earlier from Lexi. Yeah, Lexi decided to send me some fucking random messages, like voice messages. I didn't get the point of this, bro. I really don't understand why she's trying to do this, but if whatever it is, bro, it's on her. This fucking Lexi Rogers randomly fucking messaged me a bunch of voice messages earlier, and some of the stuff that was said was pretty vulgar. So I screen recorded it. I'll be able to upload it. And just like I said, keep in mind, y'all gonna hear some vulgar stuff she said about me. I didn't realize I got messaged that many times until I saw it earlier this morning. Yeah, Windsor is like a fucking. It's literally Gotham City. That is literally what Canada has become, is Gotham City, with all these criminals doing the most heinous stuff and getting away with it. And yet nothing is being done to make our country and our cities better. Nothing. That's why I said we got to become the 51st state, because we'd have gun rights, we'd have freedom of speech, we'd be able to make more money on our dollar, economic growth would be better for both countries. It's a win-win situation. And no offense, but I don't want to work in no fucking China. I don't want to be no 24th province of China. I am 100% good. China is extremely communism, extremely of a dictator, and you see how bad it gets over there when you protest, bro. China is fucking out of control with that stuff. And that's the reason why I'm running for mayor, bro, because Detroit is a lot better off than Windsor is. And the only way I'm going to make Windsor better is making us something like New York City, where it has, billions upon billions of dollars that come in from entertainment, and it'll be able to bring more a tourist attraction. We'll be able to have more monuments, more skyscrapers, more opportunity. We'll have a lot more jobs, more businesses. And that's how you make your city better, and you clean up what's going on with it. Because I am sick and tired of seeing fucking zombies in bus shelters all over the fucking place, getting away with doing open drug use for I don't know why that's even a thing, and yet we have to deal with it, right? Home invasions happening at fucking record numbers, carjackings all over the place, drive-by shootings. This ain't the Windsor I grew up in. This is a crime fest for open criminals to do whatever they want like it's the purge. You have to do something to make your city better. And that's the reason why I'm running for mayor, because I know the city needs better. And with someone like me, I can make Windsor great again and make a whole new type of city for us. And when people see what I'm going to do for Windsor, they're going to be fucking amazed, because within 6 months, Olette is going to go into Times Square. And if you want to see what I'm talking about, I am going to post the concepts of what I'm going to do with this, so y'all can firsthand see what I'm going to do. Same as there's Statue of Liberty, right? Well, I'm going to build a statue of King Philip. There's going to be King Philip's racetrack. And about maybe 2 years from now, Windsor will have a sports team, whether it's soccer, hockey, baseball, basketball, whatever it is, we're going to have a sports team here. I 100% promise y'all that. When I am making almost $100 million a year to this city, so I'm making the billions a year in this city, we will have a sports team here, and we will compete with Detroit in sports, and we will see a much better place here for the families to feel safer out in public. Because when I see drug addicts getting high in public, and these families got to go and walk past that, and the kids got to breathe that smoke in, that's going to mess them all up in the future. And that right there is the reason why someone has to make Windsor a lot better than what it is. Drew Dawkins has done absolutely nothing. That guy is a complete joke. The reason why Drew Dawkins is a failure is because he doesn't know how to run a city. He doesn't make any jobs. He doesn't create nothing new. He doesn't bring more tourist attraction. All he does is set up Christmas lights for fucking 2 weeks in Jackson Park, and that is it. That does not bring people here. Who wants to go here and see that? It only lasts for 2 weeks. Literally, not even a month. I'll never get it, bro. I will never get that. It's just, it makes our city look like it has nothing to it, right? Like, we used to have streetcars here and everything, but Windsor lost a lot of good stuff. And now it looks like a fucking city full of drugs and crime and just absolute chaos where nobody wants to go outside. Like, when I go outside, bro, I'm used to going through stuff. I've been through an armed robbery when I was 18. I had a knife and a gun pulled on me. I got into a fight. I got a fucking stab mark in the back of my sweater. Still have that same sweater, so if you ever want to see it, I can post it. But I'm just saying, bro, I've been through a lot of stuff in my life. And if y'all want to look up the situation, look up back in September of 2018 and look up Miles Ether. And Miles, his friend name was Anthony, but I got robbed behind Devonshire Mall because I went to go buy some stuff that I'm not going to say on here. All right, it was a type of mushroom. Okay, that's what I'm going to leave it at. It was a type of mushroom, and the reason why this happened is because I was alone, and it was 2-on-1, and I had a knife pulled on me. I started fighting the guy with the knife, and eventually I knocked the knife out of his hand after he swung at me a couple times. When I had a gun, a 9mm pistol pointed at me, bro, I just handed over the $60 because I'm not about to lose my life over that. But that right there taught me a valuable lesson. You know what I'm saying? I just realized something when I was growing up. My life was extremely hard. I've been through a lot of stuff. I came from a lot of bad areas, but I never became a product of my environment. I kept moving forward in life and doing what I do. And guess what? Now that I'm in my mid-20s, I'm very, very confident in running for mayor. I know how to speak to the public. I know people want me for mayor. I've seen that thing on Facebook, like I said earlier. There's a group on there. I'll tell Tristan Renzi for mayor. That group almost has 4,000 members on fucking Facebook, and the people in there, I don't even know who they are. I don't even know anybody in that group, bro. But yet, it goes to show people want me as mayor because they know I'll make the city better. And you know what, Drew Dawkins, you are a fraud. You've done nothing for the community. You don't even go to places and interact with some of the people that work in your city. No, you got to go up on the curb on the road with your car and act like you're better than everybody else. There's a reason why I'm going to destroy you in the election. Better yet, if you want to run against me, I'd love to see it. I would. The party I'm going to be on is most likely independent. Most like I'm still deciding between what I want to do, but most likely I'm going to be independent. And that's how I'm gonna, put this whole thing with New York. And when Windsor becomes the next New York, bro, Toronto, you ain't gonna be nothing. All right, Edmonton, Calgary, Montreal, fucking Hamilton, bro. These places ain't gonna be nothing to Windsor. Windsor is gonna be the best city in the world when I'm there. And just watch and learn. I know exactly what I'm doing, and I am not gonna let people come to my city and just fraud everybody and steal from everybody. You want to go and loot stores? Do you want to rob people? Hey, good for you. Good for you. It's not going to happen in my city anymore. I'm going to make sure all these criminals get locked up and they're going to face justice for what they've done. I am not going to let my city get destroyed from the inside anymore. I grew up here. I love this city. And you know what? Hey, we are literally Detroit of Canada. That's what Windsor's known as. Windsor and Detroit are the exact same city. They have the exact same problems. Now they just flipped the coin, all right? Detroit got a lot better. Windsor got a lot worse. But we literally flipped the coin. Like I said, that video uploaded on my fucking social media earlier, bro. A guy was literally shooting at a random house. Right now, why in the fuck is that happening in Windsor? Someone tell me right now. Why is that happening in Windsor? A guy literally shooting at a random fucking house. I have no idea why that's happening in my city. I have no idea. Just like the 5 home invasions that happened within 3 hours in Windsor. Now think about that. The same group of people did 5 home invasions in 3 hours. And people are going to tell me about other spots in the world. Windsor needs a fucking savior. And that is the reason why I'm running for mayor. Because I know the city deserves much better than what it has. And I am going to fight for it as much as I can. And I ain't going to give up. I know people want better. I know Drew Dawkins has done nothing. I see everybody roasting him. I've shooken so many people's hands out in public. Like, literally, when I go out in public, I see a lot of people, they want to talk with me, and I'll sit there and talk to them for multiple minutes. We'll talk about everything that we're going to do when I'm, mayor. They tell me stuff they've always wanted to do in their life to have, and we shake hands every single time when that happens. I've had so many people asking to take pictures with me. Literally, when I'm out in the mall and places like that, I have people walking up to me saying, hey, can I get a picture with you? Oh, I know who you are. Let me get a picture with you. That right there says I have a fan base out there and people are listening to what I'm saying all over social media. I mean, just look at my TikTok, for instance. Like, if that don't tell you enough, bro, I don't know what does. Like, I really don't know. It just goes to show, man. I'm the only one fighting to make my city great again. Because my name is Tristan Renzi. And I'm going to make Windsor great again. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Making it the next New York. How many, when you think about it, how many cities in the world have stuff like Windsor? Well, Windsor is basically a city that's at the bottom barrel of Canada, right? It's like how Detroit, like I said with Detroit, they're like the bottom of the United States. What's Windsor? The bottom of Canada. That's why I said we're the same. But it makes Windsor look bad because we're not doing nothing to make our city better, right? Detroit keeps building up all these new buildings, and I mean a lot. You go look at Detroit's fucking skyline, bro. They keep building stuff up. But for some reason in Windsor, we don't know how to do that. That's why I said we have to make Windsor better than what it is, because Windsor is a city that deserves more. Straight up, it does. I'm sorry to say it to people out there, but if you could just see for 1 minute what happened in the community, you'll understand where I'm coming from. Especially the crime and the drugs. Like that right there is out of control. It's seriously out of control. And I've been threatened a lot. Like people Oh my god, I've gotten it so much, man. Oh, some of these people in Windsor, bro, they are something else. Yeah, Windsor used to be really good a long time ago, but man, past couple of years, bro, I don't know. I don't know. The city just kind of destroyed itself, That is the best thing about Windsor, is that it's the best city in the world for what it represents, but it doesn't have that enough tourist attraction to bring in money. I am going to be extremely better off in life when I'm there. And everybody in my city is gonna have opportunity here. And like I said, with the skyscrapers, bro, that is literally thousands upon thousands of new jobs. Do you know how much money that brings in for the economy? A lot. And I mean a lot. And Windsor needs that. It needs more jobs. It needs more opportunity. It needs more success. It needs more entertainment. And that's why I said Drew Wilkins has not done any of that compared to what I'm gonna do. Man, I look really handsome right now. But no, I'm just saying, ladies and gentlemen, like it just need this city needs a lot better than what it has. Like 100%. It needs much better. It's sad to see where it's at right now, but I like I said, I grew up here and I know the problems, and you gotta deal with them, bro. You gotta fix it. You gotta clean it. You gotta make it better. Yeah, that group on Facebook I was talking about, Tristan Renzi for mayor, had, like I said, has almost 4,000 people in it. And again, that surprised me because I didn't know any of them in there. I had no idea any of the people, but for some reason I'm like, damn, bro, there's that many people that are supporting me in my own city. Yeah, Windsor is it's just it's out of control. The crime and the drug usage, it's just out of control. And you know what? Once you get ICE police here, we're not gonna have any more of these people blocking the roads, right? All these protesters that are in all these different spots. Like I said, man, there's a thing that happened in Windsor months ago, and I got into some kind of like altercation, but I'm used to it, right? So the reason why I wear my Trump flag, like people try to say, "Oh, you walk around with a Trump flag." The reason why I walk around with that is because Donald Trump has been my idol since I was in high school. Before I got to high school, do you know who I idolized in politics? Malcolm X. Malcolm X was the original one who got me into politics. Donald Trump, I've been following him since high school, and the reason why I got the flag is to show my support, saying that we need someone like that in our fucking country. And that is the reason why I've said this with running for mayor. And that's why I walk around with the Trump flag, because that is who I idolize. That's who inspired me to do what I do, right? Like I said, originally it was Malcolm X, and then when I got in high school, Trump inspired me through there. But when you want to fight for something in the world, do you notice what happens? People are always getting assassinated. I've been threatened a lot of times in my life. People have threatened me so many fucking times, right? I can't speak on it like that because in case something ever does happen, but there's been people that have threatened to assassinate me. That's why I said when I'm outside in public and people want to take pictures with me and stuff, sometimes I do get nervous, right? I do get nervous because I don't know who it is and I don't know what the reason why they're doing it for. So if something ever did happen, bro, it's most likely one of those people that took pictures with me. Ever since what happened to Charlie Kirk, man, it's happened throughout history, though. Like, for instance, think about it. Abraham Lincoln, John F. Kennedy, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Charlie Kirk, they try getting Trump. I think, me personally, I think God was watching over Trump, and that's the reason why he got away from that. But like I said, if he didn't turn his head at that exact point, he would have got shot right in the fucking neck, bro. But that's the reason why it hit his ear. And it goes to show God was watching over him. That's the reason why he's still there, bro. It shows you that God's out there. The left is evil, man. They will literally assassinate you because they don't agree with what you say. Think about that for a second. They will literally take your life because they don't agree with your views. That's fascism. That's extremism. And the funniest thing about these fucking people is they say they fight fascism, right? When they're the ones that are doing the fascist stuff, bro. They are literally attacking people because they don't agree with their views. That is a fascist. And they try to say that that's what they're going after, man. Like, I literally can't with these fucking people, bro. They are literally so fucking stupid. I don't understand why people are so brain dead. Like, I get that people are brainwashed from the news media and all the propaganda. I get that. But when you're literally that manipulated, you gotta be like seriously stupid. You gotta be an airhead. Like, People do not see what the problem is. It's clearly right in front of you to see what it is. The funniest thing about this whole situation is look at how many fucking people were murdered from migrants last year, right? Look that up. And you get the chance later, look this up. There was almost 30 women that were murdered from migrants last year. I saw this thing earlier with a 12-year-old girl that got raped from 2 Texas migrants last year in the States. When that girl, she got murdered and raped, guess what? I didn't hear anybody on the left say anything. I didn't hear one person on the left say anything. I didn't hear any protest from anybody. I didn't see any riots anywhere for her. But yet, when Renee Nicole Good gets shot, all of a sudden all these people want to go and act like this. When that Alex Piteri guy gets fucking shot, oh, everyone wants to act like that. Why didn't y'all do that for all those girls that were murdered last year from migrants? Not one of y'all went and protested or rioted or said anything. But because a police officer did it, all of a sudden it's a problem. You people are hypocrites. That's all what y'all are. You go after the police and you protest when George Floyd got killed, but yet when all these gangs kill each other in Chicago and people are dying over it every weekend, nobody says nothing or protests or riots. You people are two-faced hypocrites. That's all y'all are. You're all two-faced out there. The left is so two-faced, right? They protest if a police officer shoots somebody of color, in quotations, but they don't care about all the gangs that shoot each other in Chicago every weekend. They don't go and protest or riot about that. That is the most hilarious thing I've ever seen in my life. Like I said, with the migrants doing that and killing people. I didn't see one riot or protest at all, right? Now we have the same problems going on in the United Kingdom. Same problems are going on in Canada. That's why I said there's countries all over the world that are literally saying they want Trump. All right, New Zealand said it. Poland said it. England, especially, if you all look up England, bro, there was a protest that was going on with just the regular people from Great Britain. They had the Great Britain flag, and there was almost like 100,000 people at one point. The last time I saw it was almost 1 million. It was like almost half the city was protesting, screaming they want Trump because they are sick and tired of migrants going there and getting away with all the stuff they do. Literally. They literally sexually harass women and they get away with it somehow. I'll never understand that, bro. I will never understand that. The funniest thing about England is these migrants will throw stuff at the police officers, are literally fucking just assault them, and they do nothing. They just stand there and take it, right? So one guy was thrusting on a female officer, and the chick did nothing about it, right? I saw this video in the States of one of these protesters that were, I think they're a migrant or something like that. They tried spitting on an officer, and guess what happened? That motherfucker got slammed instantly. But over in England, they back up and take it. Do you see the difference? This is the reason why I said Canada and America, they need to work together. And guess what, England? America's coming for you after. Let me tell you that. The world needs better in it, and there's only one way to make it better. Clean it up. That's what you have to do before it gets more out of hand. Yeah, like I said earlier, man, I had this thing with this morning, Lexi Rogers, right? The fucking Lexi Gibson Rogers. She sent me all these voice messages this morning. I've got them all saved. So I'm going to upload on my YouTube, and I want y'all to hear this because some of the stuff that was said to me is pretty fucking derogatory. But then again, I don't get why she acts like this. I really don't. I've chose a better life, and now she's mad, and I guess she wants to hate on me for who I am. It doesn't surprise me. I'm a real person. If she wants to hate, good for her, right? Like, I tried to offer her a better life, and somehow she kept saying, I don't want that, I don't want this, I don't want that. But then when I say I'm going to become mayor, all of a sudden she wants to jump back on the bandwagon. That's what I find funny. She doubted me my whole life. Then once I said I was going to do something different and build up a fan base, all of a sudden she acts like that. That right there is what you call a hypocrite. And that is the problem with today's world. There's way too many two-faced people out there. Way too many. Like what I said about Tim Walz. All right? This guy is literally saying that freedom of speech is blocking law enforcement vehicles. You can't do stuff like that. But people are stupid, bro. I'm sorry to put it, but people are just stupid in this world, right? They're just manipulated, man. And it's sad to see it. But there's a reason why you get assassinated for speaking the truth. Because the left can't take it, and they'll silence you. They don't like truth speakers. That's the problem with them. They assassinate people because they don't agree with their views. It's called silenced. And like I said, now I fear for my life from some of the stuff that I've spoken on. And if something ever did happen, like I said, y'all know why. I'm the only one willing to make Windsor better and clean it up. And eventually I'll run for the leader of the country. All right, maybe like 10 to 15 years from now, I'll do it. All right, I'll run for the leader. But right now, bro, Windsor needs better, and becoming mayor is like the stepping stone to leading your country in the future, right? It's like at the beginning package to getting more up to something else and to getting to the full on spot. So eventually, I'll get there. Eventually, in the future, I will. Maybe depending on how good I do as mayor, maybe after my second term of being mayor, I'll think about it. Like I said, man, I don't get. Yeah, I get harassed a lot. Like I mean a lot. That fucking Sheba girl. My God, bro. Some of the stuff that I've had to deal with, man. Right? Just some of the stuff I've had to deal with. It keeps going and it keeps going. 100%. We need a better future in Windsor. This city is nothing compared to what it was. Anybody out there that wants to do something better in the world, do it. Don't be afraid to do something you want to do. Straight up. Be who you are and keep fighting for what you believe in. But these people out here that want to cause problems and let criminals get away with stuff, they are sick. These people are sick. They are literally defending murderers and rapists and thieves. That is what these people are defending over and over and over in different spots. They claim that, oh, they're just going after all these migrants. Do you understand what they are doing? You can easily come to the country and you could easily become a citizen. And it's that easy, right? It's that simple. You pay taxes. But when you come there illegally and you fraud the government and take millions upon millions of dollars, there is a reason why they're going after you. You frauded them. It's the same thing as, like I said, the criminals, bro. Like you're literally causing problems in communities. That is the reason why that happens. It's not because, oh, they want to go after immigrants like you stop. Man, you people are so fucking stupid, man. They literally go and arrest them. Like the one story that fucking CNN was going on. Oh, they kidnapped the 5-year-old. No, see, CNN fucked up right there because the dad ran away, right? The dad took off, and then the mom didn't want the fucking son. So ICE agents were nice enough to keep the son warm in the car because he would have froze to death outside. But again, you have people out here that will say, "Oh, well, they use that as bait." Yeah. That's why I don't like the news media, bro. The news media is literally a twisted narrative of the truth. All they do is twist their propaganda on it, and if you're stupid enough to fall for it, that is your problem. But that's exactly what news media does. Why do you think when you look at CBC News, they fucking take their comments off? That's the reason why they do that. Is because they know they're wrong. Yo, what's up, Samuel? How you doing out there? You back, bro? What's up? What is up, motherfucker? But no, like I said, bro, Windsor needs better. You know, one thing I noticed, you know what I'm saying, bro, is like I said with the news media, they literally twist the truth with a narrative. Have you ever noticed that? Anytime you watch the news media, they'll always do this. They'll take what happened and they'll try to push their own narrative on it to get people brainwashed. Like I said with that situation that happened when CNN is the fucking like major one for this. CNN and CBC both. But what CNN did saying that ICE did that, what happened with the ICE police is that the dad ran away. He was scared of them, all right? He was picking his son up from school. He was scared of the police officers. He took off in his vehicle, left his son there. They tried bringing the son to the mom's place, and the mom didn't want it. So what happened? They took care of the kid, and they put it in the kid in the vehicle to keep the kid warm because the kid would have froze to death outside. That's how nice ICE agents are. But yet you have the CNN narrative saying, "Oh well, they just took him for live bait to get the dad." The dad abandoned him, and the mom didn't want him after. Do you see what the news media does? They twist the narrative. They've always done it, and they'll continue doing it. Same as with CBC, bro. CBC News and Global News, right? They don't talk about the problems in Canada at all. All they do, bro, with global news and CBC and all they do, bro, is they'll literally twist everything and they do this, they do that. Why don't they talk about their own problems in their own country, right? They don't. Same as the provincial leader of Manitoba. That guy, the native guy, he does not say anything that's going on in his own community. He just talks about Trump 24/7. Bro, why don't you worry about what's going on in your own backyard before you talk about somebody else's? Isn't that simple? Right? People get mad because Alberta wants to leave Canada. There's a reason why Alberta wants to leave Canada. The main reason why Alberta wants to leave Canada is because Alberta makes the most money and they get nothing in return. That's the main reason why. Peace. But if you understand, bro, that's the main reason why Alberta goes through this. Is because they're making everything and get nothing in return. Same as what Quebec tried doing. I'm sure you remember that with Quebec. Quebec wasn't playing, bro. They wanted to leave for a certain reason. Like Canada is going through something so sadistic. They're literally pushing to delete yourself on the youth. Yes, they're pushing that right now on the youth. The delete yourself option. Now just think about that for a minute. Just think about that. So they have this program where if they think you're gonna commit suicide or you're like something like that, like you're gonna self delete yourself, they'll make it so there's this program called the Mental Health Institution in Canada, right? So they'll basically they'll do this for you, but then they have this thing where they try to push suicide on you. So they'll put you up somewhere. If you say you want to delete yourself, they'll put you somewhere. But then if you're older and you are younger now, because they push on the youth, they'll push self deletion on the youth. So they basically lock you up for saying you want to delete yourself, but then they'll push it on you. Man, make it make sense, right? Make it make sense, bro. Like bring back the institutions for these people that act like toddlers as grown-ups. People that literally scream out in the street and go after law enforcement. Like that right there is adult toddlers, and they are still in the world, and it's sad to say it. And those people deserve to be locked up in institutions. Bring back mental health asylums and lock up the fucking crazies. The ones you see with the fucking bull ring right here. They got the fucking glasses like this, and they have like the fucking 5 different colored hairs. Bring those people and lock them all up and throw away the key after. That's what you got to do. Those people are out of control, man. They're out of control. They literally go and they cause so many problems. Like there's literally people that walk around like they're a fucking animal. All right, walking around with a fur tail on their back, and they're on a leash, and they're walking on their knees and their fucking hands, bro, like they're a fucking dog. Like that is a mental issue. That is a mental health issue, bro. And how is that not being dealt with? So you stand up for freedom of speech, and you basically get arrested for that. But you walk around like you're a fucking dog, or walk around like you're a fucking some kind of creature or whatever the fuck, and that's not considered mental health. Can people seriously see what's wrong with the world? It is Gotham City right now. Literally, we're in Gotham City. We went from the golden era of the 1950s to the Gotham City of the 2020s. It is what it is. It's just sad to see it. Yeah, I've been called a lot of stuff in my life, but I mean, like I said, I'm used to it. I appreciate all y'all out there. Like I said, Windsor's depending on me, and I promise I'll make us the next New York. One more thing, anybody out there that's watching or sees this after, if you want to have something in Windsor, then you'll have it. Because I'm going to make sure everybody has success in my city. There's going to be no more problems. There's going to be no more hard lives. Everybody will have it easy in Windsor when I'm there. Just watch. I want to make this city something so much better than what it is, and we need to have a lot more because we'll have nothing in the future, and we need to have more entertainment here. A lot more entertainment, a lot more jobs, and a lot more success. A lot more economy and economic growth. That's what Windsor needs, and that's the reason why I'm fighting for this city. So I appreciate y'all. God bless y'all. And like I said to Lexi Rogers, pathetic what you did. Kashiba's pathetic. That's all ex girlfriends do. They'll try to make you jealous. I moved on, but it seems like they can't, right? Is what it is. All I know is when I'm mayor of Windsor, I'll make this city much better. And I promise all y'all out there, the King Tristan era is coming for Rose City. Just remember that. This is King. Yes, King Tristan is the most badass name you're gonna hear. Like Elvis Presley, the King Elvis Aaron Presley. Well, you got the King Tristan Morency, and that's what it is. Like I said, man, my classic saying: if you want to make the difference, you got to be the difference. That's what it is in the world. I want y'all to remember that. In the future, I'm the Billionaires Club and I got my flying Lamborghini and my Rose City Towers. So remember, I told y'all, do something better in your life and make sure to be somebody you want to be. And don't let haters get to you. When you see somebody that hates on you, bro, that means they're jealous that you're doing something that they couldn't do. Just think about that. That's exactly what it is, bro. They're mad because you're more successful at something and you're more knowledgeable at what you do, and they want to do something that you do, but they can't because they ain't good enough to do it. That right there is why they hate. It's called jealousy. Exactly what it is. I mean, I've experienced it my whole life. It's something that I'm used to. It's like the yin and yang. There's the good and there's the bad, right? But Windsor needs someone that saves the city a lot because, like I said, Drew Dawkins, bro, has done nothing for us. Yeah, he's done absolutely nothing. Drew Dawkins is a two-faced fraud. And I'll say it right here again, a two-faced fraud. That's exactly what Drew Dawkins is. Guy's created no new jobs, built no new businesses, has cleaned up none of the drugs or the crime, and just sits there on his ass and drives his fucking vehicle up the curb. That is Drew Dawkins. And like I said, when King Tristan is the king of Rose City, we'll see a much better society in Windsor, Ontario. So, this year is going to be the best year for everybody in Windsor. In October 2026 is going to be the best time in Windsor's history. And as the date is, October 26th, that's the election day, vote for King Tristan Morency. And remember this, when you want your own business in the future or your own success to become who you want to be, that's what you'll have when I'm mayor. Because you're not have to be somewhere you don't want to be. You'll be at the top like everybody's spot. So, God bless y'all. Just remember, I'm gonna make Windsor great again. Like I said, I'm gonna make Windsor great again. MWGA with the roses. Peace. One more question for y'all. One more question. If you could move to anywhere in the world, where would it be? I know everybody's going to say New York or Tokyo. I already know it. The reason why I'm running for mayor is because I have a vision to make Windsor the next New York. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. And people out there that continuously let your society go and want to see criminals get away with doing the most heinous stuff, you are the problem out there. You are the reason why your society looks like it collapsed. Look at all of Europe right now, right? Just look at Europe. Europe right now has been going through a lot of stuff, bro, and nobody's going to make it better, right? Ain't nobody making it better. So fight for where you come from and make it better than what it is, because that's what you have to do. That Europe ain't doing that good right now though. Europe's actually out of control with these people that are causing all this crime. Look at Italy. right? Just let me look at it. Look at England, for instance, bro. Italy looks really fucking bad, and England looks extremely bad also. Again, nothing is being done to save these spots. These people are getting away with doing the most heinous stuff ever. So you have to keep fighting. That's the main reason why I'm doing what I do. I'm gonna fight for Windsor as much as I can, and I'm going to make this city much better than what it is. It's one thing I can promise y'all. Yeah, no, they're doing all right. They're doing all right. But right now, man, a lot of these criminals are just doing a lot of heinous stuff, and they're getting away with it. And that's what's sad. You know what I mean? Hey, shout out to you, Dutch. Like, for instance, man, the thing I find funny, though, like I said earlier, is that all these people have died throughout history, and nobody said nothing, right? Right? All those women that died last year from migrants. Remember that girl, that Ukrainian girl that got stabbed on the train? She got stabbed in her neck. She bled out in the train like that. Yeah, I didn't hear one person go and protest or riot for her. I didn't see anybody do that. That 12-year-old girl that was raped and murdered in Texas from 2 illegal migrants last year. Nobody protested or rioted for her at all. But once Renee Nicole Good tries to run over an officer and gets what she deserved, all of a sudden everybody comes and says, oh, I'm going to protest. Well, I'm going to riot. You see how hypocritical you people are? There's other women that get killed every year from migrants, and nobody goes and protests or riots for them. But when an officer does something, oh, look, it's the end of the world now. That is how you people operate. Sad to say it, but that's the problem with y'all. That's why there's a huge difference from the left to the right. The right is about fighting for God, fighting for truth, fighting for freedom of speech, loving your culture, and loving where you come from. The left is about silencing truth, going after people, using hate tactics, and trying to switch a narrative to what your agenda is. That's the difference. When I'm here at Windsor, I'll make us the next New York, and I promise y'all that. My name is Tristan Morency, and I'm going to make Windsor great again. Vote October 26th for me, and you'll be a success. I promise y'all that. Peace.